All right, Washington, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. Thank you guys for taking your time and money to come out here. And I know it was challenging to come out here. I always like to say, who came the furthest on this journey? Who think they came the furthest? Where'd you come from? Phoenix, Arizona. I got to be, I'm LA. Anybody else? Hawaii. Anybody else? I know there's the UK. Somebody get from the UK, right? From the UK. All right. Well, first again, like Anthony said, even in challenging times, we still make things happen. So give yourselves a round of applause for making it happen to be out here today. All right. You guys are looking good. You guys are smelling good. You guys are excited. I'm excited to be here as well, and I want to give it back to Anthony Deloach and his wife and the team for making this happen, putting this all together. Give them a round of applause. I was asked to share my experience, explain why I made the decision to partner and strategic partner with this opportunity in this environment, and what my experience was. And I said, well, I only got a short amount of time. I could talk about this all day. So I want to start off by saying first, I turn 50 years old next month. It's my birthday. And we got a couple of July birthdays. Who else is in July? It was like 3 or 4. Look at all those hands. Well, one, I want to thank the Lord that I even am able to make it to 50. But not only make it to 50, but make it to 50 with money in the bank, with a good health. And I think I still look pretty good. Right? So I'm excited to be here. Now, my background is not much different from many of you guys. You know, I was taught that financial freedom is the ability to try to make as much money as we can. And we were taught that we can only do that by following the rules of going to school, get good grades, and get a good, safe, secure job. How many of you followed that path before? The one thing is, though, we were never actually taught the river of money, how money flows. We have a limited perception on what it takes to make a living financially. And for the longest, I was frustrated. I did all of those things. I went to school. I got a college degree. I graduated from Morehouse College. I went to corporate America, and I got laid off multiple times. And as a man, I had to look into the mirror and say, I'm a husband, I've got children, I'm a father. Where did I go wrong? How many of you have ever had that conversation with yourselves before? One thing that I'll tell you is you didn't go wrong. You did exactly what you were taught to do. You were just taught the wrong thing. The system is not designed for you to succeed. The system is designed for you to be an employee. For you to only trade enough time to get a paycheck that you're dependent on, but never to go further and beyond that. So the challenge I want you guys first to say is, no, it is not your fault on that. However, it is up to you to make a decision to say, I want something different. And back in the day, I said, I make a decision. I thought I got to go to all the motivational speakers, all the motivational trainers. I walked on fire with Tony Robbins. I listened to Les Brown. I got excited and motivated and went right back to my job on Monday, and I was just an excited employee. I'm working harder, and I'm making no extra money. And it's the same cycle over and over again, and it never changes. I mean, it's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That money is changing, and you have to change with it. You have to identify where it's flowing. And inside of blockchain technology, there is a specified field that all of the world's millionaires and billionaires are flowing to. And that's a word called tokenization. Anybody heard the name Larry Fink? Yes. BlackRock. $14 trillion under management right now. Larry Fink publicly was discounting and discrediting Bitcoin and blockchain while behind the scenes building the infrastructure. To the point now he says this is the most important technology the world has ever seen, and is going to fundamentally change the entire financial system, reset it. So if he's doing that, what do you think his competitors are going to do? Are they focused on this? Every bank, every government, every Fortune 500 company, before the employees even know what's going on. By the time they realize it, it's going to be, they're going to get a memo. Y'all need to have a crypto wallet, and we're paying you in stable coins. Your salary. Well, what's a stable coin? How do I cash that out? See, this is why I believe education is the one barrier from people achieving their dreams or living a nightmare. Education is a barrier from somebody that thinking that everything out there is a scam, or being able to recognize where the future is headed. See, I am not in the convincing business. I'm in the education business. And if there's something I don't know or understand, before I write it off, I educate myself first, up to a point, because enter e-estate. You see, a year ago, I get a message from somebody named Brandon Stevenson. And he says, I am the CEO of a company that we're about to launch called e-estate, and we'd love to have you take a look at it and see what we got going on. You're in the crypto space. I didn't even look at it. I said no. That was last June. July and August, same thing. He came to me about once a month. I just want to follow up with you. We've launched this, what we've done, what we're doing. No. I said no. September, October, I started to hear about e-estate on social media. I started seeing people talking about it. I saw Anthony Deloach talking about it. I was like, they're doing something. So I shot him a message back and said, congratulations on a successful launch. That was around October. Because most, like Anthony said, most things don't make it past 3 months. So I just congratulated him. I didn't need e-estate. I wasn't looking for it. I was just professional to profession, giving him his kudos. And he turned around and said, yeah, well, when are you ready to take a look? I said, no. Then, end of October, beginning of November, he came at me a different way. You see, I own my own company. And I've had my own company for 4.5 years. I'm my own boss. I retired from the network marketing industry for a while. And I said, I wasn't looking for nothing. He said, Brandon, I think that we can have a good collaboration here because I'm having a problem. He said, the problem is we are a real estate company that is taking advantage of the digital space. So all the people that's coming on board, their first introduction to digital space is through us. They don't know what wallets are. They don't never bought Bitcoin or crypto and stablecoin. They don't know how to move it from one wallet to another, how to buy it, how to sell it, how to pull it back out, nor do they even trust it, and they definitely don't know what tokenization is. You have a company that I wrote a course on tokenization 2 years ago. In fact, the first course I wrote for one of my clients was 5 years ago that I forgot about. And I forgot about it because it was not at the time. When you think real estate, you think, you need $1 million, you got to be a accredited investor, and that's not for the average person. And I cater to the average people, not to the people who are already rich. I'm trying to help people lift up from where they are to get to the next level like I did. And so I forgot about it 5 years ago. So he'd been watching me. Said, you wrote a course on this. Can we hire you to at least teach our members about this space? And I said, well, okay, I don't just put my name on anything. I need to take a look at what you're doing. Because when I hear you tokenize real estate, I knew of companies that tried to do it before and failed miserably. Never even got off the ground. One woman ran off with everybody's money. Went on a shopping spree. And some people in this room were a part of that. And so I said, let me look at what you're doing. And so when I took a quick glance, and red flags all over the place to me. See, as Anthony said, I am not a hype guy. I don't care what the sharpest, slickest person on stage can do or say. I do my own research. And so the first red flag for me was regulation. In the United States, especially, we are the most regulated space in the digital space on the planet. So I know what challenges a company would have when it comes to real estate, where the government may see that as a security or not. And then I realized, wait a minute, we're not actually buying real estate. We're buying a token that gives us the rights to share in the revenue of the tokenized property. Now, if you know, and I just happened last year to get into real estate, short-term rentals, co-hosts, full hosts, the traditional way. So I already understood that. So you're doing like Airbnb and Verbos, but you're doing it on the digital space. Okay, so I'm not actually buying property. But then I brought up another red flag. But wait a minute, I'm buying a token. Now, how many of you guys have been in something that said, we got this token, it's going to go to the moon. If you buy it, get it now, get it early. Pump and dump. Token goes up and crashes. In fact, you're getting in because you're with the hope and promise that you're going to be able to sell it when it goes high, and that never happens. And the regulators don't like that. That's considered speculation, the sale of a security. But wait a minute. Who knows, pop quiz? How much is one EST worth? $10. $10. Will it ever go up and down in value? No, it operates almost like a stable coin. And then I realized, wait a minute, that is not even a tradable coin. So I can't go and trade it and speculate it. It is just pointing to the fact that it's a digital smart contract, a deed, that says I helped you raise capital to be able to build an infrastructure, and you're rewarding me with the ability to earn a revenue share of the property. You know who else is doing that? The President of the United States. His sons are tokenizing the Maldives, but not actually the property. They got even worse. They're tokenizing the loan. They're tokenizing the debt. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, this is interesting. But then I said another red flag. Who are you guys? Y'all look like AI. Hey. Now I don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is for Bitcoin to work, but I'm gonna put my name up. I need to know who you guys are. So he said, come on out to Miami. And we were doing live physical events. I was like, oh, you are? I didn't know that. You want to come out here in front of the people? He said, yeah, we do live physical events. So I said at the time, I accepted to come on to teach crypto education, not to bill as an agent. But at the same time, I said, I want to test you guys out. So I got a piece of property. And Anthony helped me get it. And I'm still mad I waited a whole week. Because I had the money there. And I waited a week. I didn't fully understand I was losing money every single day. How many of y'all made money while you were stuck in weather traffic trying to get here yesterday? So I sat on it for a week. It was a Sunday night, finally. Anthony, show me how to get this property. And I got $14,000 on the property. And another milestone's about to happen. I am 97 or 98% whole on that property. So one thing I always teach, and let me say this, and I forgot to say this at the beginning. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to give you financial advice. I share information for educational, training, and entertainment purposes only. So, 98% I teach, never use money you cannot afford to lose. Do not be putting your rent money, your mortgage, and all that kind of stuff. Because this is still a risky, volatile industry. We can't guarantee, and you guys hear me in the back, we cannot and we do not guarantee or promise anything. Only thing we can speak on is results. And the facts of the results is everybody is performing the way it was designed to do. So the second thing I teach is always get your money back as fast as possible, your resources. So I looked at on e-estate, it would take, depending on which property you choose, anywhere between 5 to 9 months. So let me try this out and see, can I actually make any money without having to tell anybody about it? That's another thing. The ability to earn an extra income without having to recruit anybody, without having to sell a product or a service to convince your grandma to drink your miracle juice. Whether you get out of bed or not, as soon as tomorrow, you're able to withdraw immediately. I said, okay, let me see it myself. I did it for 3 months. And every day, like clockwork, it was coming in. I said, can I withdraw this thing? Withdraw right to my bank account. I was like, oh, wow. Then I went down to Miami. And I'm still skeptical. But I'm teaching, and I love to teach education, there's nothing wrong with that. But the platform itself, the platform work, I know the industry will work. Tokenization is an $867 trillion industry. We're talking right now, less than $30 billion in real estate has been tokenized around the world. 30 billion. 16 billion where it will be in the next 4 years. So to go from 30 billion to 16 trillion in 4 years, that's the river of money. So I knew we were in the right space, but can the platform perform to take advantage of that? So I went to Miami, I was talking on stage, and in walked Mike Hamilton. I was like, whoa, he's not AI. he's a real person. Okay. So again, I'm not a person that's big on hype. Only thing I care about on platforms is that they honor their word. That they do what they say they're going to do. That the people are getting paid. All they need to do is keep the wheels on the bus moving and we'll do the rest. And so when he walked into the room, I said, that's all I needed. Now I came back and I went to work. And just 2 days ago, we crossed a new milestone where our organization has crossed $1 million in payments. This is not going viral yet. Nobody really knows who we are outside of whatever type of bad press from people who don't understand what we do. So we haven't even gone viral yet. But in a space like this, there will be challenges. As any company that's breaking new ground in something new. And the moment it happened was another test where I looked at Brandon Stevenson. So what you going to do? I know what the regulators are. I know what they're going to do. I predicted that. How are you going to respond? See, most opportunities when faced with a challenge either don't have the resources to respond, don't have the time, don't have the stomach to, and say, we're not buying that. Let's take our money and run. And you've been parts of those before. Well, I saw EState jumped on it immediately before I even got up the next day. And they have a long-term, 10-year plan for what's happening with tokenized real estate. They're looking beyond where even the laws are in flux. We don't even have the full clarity in Genius Act yet. And they said, okay, if it takes the United States a little longer, we're an international opportunity. Providing an opportunity all around the world. Do you think there's only property here? There's property everywhere. And we have the barrier so low. And so I saw someone want to use that as a negative that you can be involved for as low as $10. I was like, how's that a negative? That's a positive. And I say that to say this. I was just talking to James about this. He was like, Brandon, I don't have to do this. I don't have to be here. What I see is an opportunity for the most amount of people, especially those who look like me, to take advantage of an opportunity to get on the other side of money in an industry that we have been traditionally barred from because we weren't allowed to get loans from the bank. We weren't allowed to live in certain neighborhoods. We weren't allowed to have businesses to leverage. We don't have property to pass down to our children. We have an opportunity to elevate ourselves, to build a portfolio, and to be diversified. And when you have, when the people are able to do that, the powers that be are not going to like that. So there will always be a challenge. My job is to educate, because when you're confident, educate what you're doing, you're confident. And it doesn't matter what noise is happening. Ripple fought the authorities for 7 years to prove their model. And politics can get involved with that as well. Whatever challenge comes, we face it, we learn, we adapt, and we move on. That's all I have to say for today. I hope all of you guys have a wonderful weekend.